What's up, guys? Not at the shop. I'm at home a little late. One of the guys at work had an issue with his truck not cranking, so I helped him get his truck started. He had a loose battery terminal, so I'm a little late, but have a lot to do here at home. But I don't guess I'll really be doing anything. So let's see, trying to get this set up and see who all's on. I didn't really figure that there would be many people on. So Aaron went to Tractor Supply to get our cow some feed. So anyways, it says one's watching. I'm not sure who. See if I can minimize this without losing you guys. So it says 7 are watching. Hopefully I hadn't lost y'all. So I'm at the shop at home. This thing done. Come here, Chibi Chibi. Let's see. Will, Rob. Hey guys. Rob, you still working with you trying to get that antenna tuner tuned in to pick up? I'm used to. I wasn't fortunate enough to have a tuner. We had like maybe one house that we moved in that actually had one that worked, but most of the time we just had rabbit ears with tons of tinfoil on them. Sup, Sideways? Yeah, I came straight in, didn't even go in the house and let the dogs out. Erin dropped me off. She went to Tractor Supply to get Lucy some feed, and I'm gonna leave y'all guys here for a second and run in the house and grab a drink. So you got it dialed in. Which way? North, east, south, or west? I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the fridge, grab a drink, and I'll be back. Oh, I'm back. It's a little delayed, so I don't know. I don't know if I lost you guys or not. I guess I'll know here in a second if I pop back in the screen. Yes, it is raining. So maybe one day I'll get all this stuff torn down. I think I'm gonna pull that stuff down here in a minute, because I believe this weekend, yeah, it's way delayed because I just now came in on the camera with the drink. So, I'll probably pull that down, and I know some of y'all seen that side, but it's a mess. And as you can see in here, it's a mess. Let me, put this stuff up. So how was everybody's Christmas? The refrigerator out here sweating. So let me see here. I'm gonna grab the camera. Aaron's not here, but as you can see, still got a mess. Look at all those channel locks. It's like maybe I should give away channel locks on the channel for a while. And these, like there's tons of them. But I actually have pretty much cleaned out this box. So everything from it is on this table, in this box, and also in another box somewhere. Oh, in that crate right there. So all those tools and stuff, when I first got the toolbox here in the enclosed trailer, I moved it around and the drawers came out and it dumped. It got my leg, it dumped a bunch of them, it bent some of the drawers on it. It was a brand new box. It bent some of the drawers and stuff. It didn't happen with that one, and it's still got tools in it. And once I get these sorted, I will end up going through these and get them sorted. And I think I'm going to put like machining tools and motor engine tools in that box. And then there's still another box like that one in the race car hauler. Let me set this back up here. See if I see you guys. Let's see. Sideways says he hung out. What's up, Albert? Ronnie. That's awesome, Ronnie. Sorry it's not doing any work like working on cars. I don't know if you've followed some of the videos and seen some of the videos and some of the stuff. I plan on this year doing my hair's all in the way. I plan on doing a lot more stuff this year. More work and actual videos. But I've kind of learned that some people just, you know, like the realness of the channel, hanging out, talking, work, here, there. I don't know if any of you guys watch Bad Chad. Every now and then I watch Bad Chad stuff, and I'll be screaming at the TV like, you need to do this, what are you doing, you need to do this. And I understand it's his car and his thing, and it's just like some of the stuff he does is crazy. Like he was chopping a top right now, and every night he's having a new episode, and I'm not sure if he's doing it live. I think he's doing it live because he fell last night, and if I wasn't doing it live, I probably would edit that out. Let me see. What's up, James Kelly? So I'm trying to see what I got going on here. So I would think he would cut it out, but then again, he gets some stuff done, but not much. He's walking around, he's looking at stuff, and he's showing what he's doing. He's talking about it. So I think it's live, and thousands and thousands of people watching. And I mean, I guess he does. I don't really read the comments. There's probably a million people bashing him on his ways of doing things, and the way, like one time I seen him standing up on a piece of I-beam on the end, and he's standing up on it with a saw, and people were like just going off on him. And then I was kind of looking at it last night, and he was chopping the top. He cut the top, and he laid the back glass down on the car, and it was about this far away. So he's like, I'm gonna get in the inside and shoot some screws up through it into the other to draw it up. And I was like, all right. And then one of his guys that he's got working for him says, my cordless drills right, my cordless impacts right there, my cordless drill with the bits right there. And he's like running around everywhere, and he goes and gets a corded drill with a bit, chucks the bit up in it and a corded drill, and gets in there and puts the screws in it. And I'm like, there's no way I could work like that, because he has drop cords like literally all over the floor, laying everywhere. And it's just like, man, no wonder he fell over. It's like there's cords everywhere. I'm like, somebody needs to tell the guy about cordless drills. I use a DeWalt impact and a drill, and I don't have to worry about cords, and the battery lasts all day. I mean, and I seen him opening Christmas presents from all his subscribers or fans that sent him Christmas presents, and he was on for like a couple hours, him and Jolene, and they were opening presents. And I was like, somebody needs to send this guy some cordless. He might just like using the corded stuff, might be old-fashioned, like me. My brother insists on using the impacts with the socket adapter for stuff, and I like using the ratchets, or he likes using the air wrenches like this, and I don't. I rather use the ratchet, so it might just be his thing, but whatever. Let me see. I watch most of your videos. Awesome job, you know, a lot. Rob, when you get big time, we can all say, I remember when that Juby had his show in his unfinished shop. Well, good evening, Cameron. Well, Rob, I probably won't get big, so I guess we'll never have to worry about that. And I love my shop. It's not huge. It's kind of small. It's used to, I've said it on here before that I wanted big things. I wanted a big, nice shop with the floor that you could eat off of, which my shop that I build cars in for a job, it's clean. A lot of people that come in there, they're like, man, it's clean in here. Some of you guys have actually said you can lay, you know, his shop floor is clean when he lays on the floor and gets up and his shirt ain't dirty. It's clean, but me, I would rather have this here than anything big now. Used to, I wanted a big shop, nice floors, and God's changed my want. I am happy with this. I used to want the big, nice house. My house is a little cabin. It's 1 bedroom. Well, thanks to Uncle Wes, it's 2 bedroom now. We have chickens, and I'm going to go around, make a video one day going around showing you guys all the names of the animals. But some of you guys have seen the house and maybe the backgrounds and stuff, and I'm going to show you guys the inside. There's stuff everywhere. You can ask my dad. He walks around in there and he looks and he's like, wow. And then the next morning he's like, wow, I just noticed that. Like, you can walk around in here and see stuff. I collect, if anybody wants to know what to get me, as far as a gift, if anybody ever gets a gift, obviously it's not tools, but I love antique stuff. We go to the antique mall. I want to completely rid my house of all new age stuff. I've actually been looking for a floor model TV, like Rob posted the antenna, the tower antennas, or just the regular antennas, and they had the motor on it, and you had the little dial in your house, and you turn it north, east, south, and west, and tune the TV in. I would love to have that here. I love oldies music, golden oldies. I like old rock and roll, the Rolling Stones, Creedence Clearwater. I'm not hard to satisfy. I love old stuff. I want to get an anvil. That's like one of my dream things to get, which they're really, really expensive. I have one at the shop, but I don't have one here. I would like to have one of the old school drill presses that you crank by hand. Some other things like that. I like old mixers and old hair clippers and just stuff that don't require power. The only power is us. Let me see what we got going. Rob says I'm on my way. But yeah, I'm happy with this. And let's see, I'm going to move the camera over here and change the view a minute. Let me see if I can get this thing up a little higher. And see what I'm looking at. The screen. Let me grab the. I'm gonna grab the, so I can just look back and forth. I had to put a brace underneath this table. It's sagging in the middle. But let's see. I've got the money to do the concrete over here on the other side of the shop. So I've got the money to do it. Just have it dug it out, and I still got to get all this stuff cleaned up and put away so I can figure out where everything's going to go. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm not sure which side I want to pull. I think I'll pull that side off. I guess it ain't going to matter because, like I say, I'm gonna hopefully have a door up this weekend on the other side. And I'll probably get most of this stuff straightened out. I gotta get my... I have got to get my other car up here. The Ford. Because I want to pull the rear... I gotta pull the axles out and fix the rear seal so I can start driving it. So I'm just checking here to see who's still on. But I want to get the Ford going. It's really, really close to running. I mean, it's running driving car. I want to get it close to going. Thanks, Matt. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. And I plan on sharing more, and I plan on trying to help more. And that's Uncle Wes talked to me last night. We're bringing the race car here, which is a '68 Camaro. Nothing special as far as body that I know of. 68 Camaro, and it has a 555 big block in it. It's a 8-second quarter-mile car. We don't plan on running it. We might carry it and run it one time, but other than that, we're not going to do anything with it. And I had actually, for the first time in my life, sat in. Well, I did sit in the race car one time. A couple weeks ago in the 68 Camaro, but I had never sat in a Camaro, a first-gen Camaro, other than I've been all inside climbing around working on them, but I have never sat in the seat behind the wheel of a 69, 67, 68 first-gen Camaro. Uncle Wes said that he said that when I come up there one day that he's going to let me ride in his Camaro. Yeah, he's got a 69. So I'm looking forward to that. But a buddy of mine has a 67, and it's a convertible. I sat in it, and my dad took my picture, and I posted it on a group chat that I have with some of the guys from here, Charlie, Wes Perry, my dad, Go-Go's Garage, some other guys, and I posted the picture on there, and Wes was like, "That's you, Juby, the Camaro, but you need a 69." And I was like, "Nah, I probably won't never have one." Well, then he told me I should build the 69 for myself. So I've been kind of toying with the idea. He says he's got some extra seats or something. He's got some extra parts. I have a 69 Camaro that needs building. It's terrible, terrible. So my plan is get the door on over here so I can lose the U-Haul carpet over here, the U-Haul travel blanket and the piece of wood, and get the floor poured, and I'm gonna get the Ford up here, and I'm gonna change the rear seal, actually the axle seals and the rear gasket on the chunk, and get it to stop leaking so I can start working on the car and driving it, and I can be able to pull it in and out. And then I'm going to actually build a Camaro here at the house. That way you guys will see how to do it, and I'll learn how to do it, because it's going to be a learning experience, because the way I do it at the shop is kind of, I wouldn't say factory, but I cheat because I have a spot welder and I spot weld everything. So my plan is to build the 69 Camaro here, doing it the same way you guys would. Spot welding where I can use a handheld spot welder that will plug into either the 220, 240, or the 110, 120, whichever. I plan on spot welding what I can spot weld with that, because it's something you can buy at Harbor Freight for relatively cheap, and it's going to save you by the time you go grinding welds and spending money on disc and just wear and tear. It's going to be a whole lot cheaper. By the time you buy some of those discs and stuff to grind all those spot welds, you can buy the spot welder and use it on a good bit of the car, not every bit. And I've also got an idea of how to, I've got this, I would say, invention in my mind on how I'm going to make a way to mimic spot welds. So if I drill a spot, plug it, then smooth it back down, I'll be able to mimic a spot weld on that so that it will appear factory. I'm hoping that it works. I'm not going to put it out there yet until I make it and see how it goes, and then I'll let you guys know. Hopefully you're not too far along on your cars. Let's see. Keep pushing, Miss y'all. Aaron is out at the fit. Yes, so 69. So, like I say, Wes says he has some extra parts. So maybe I'll be able to scrounge up extra parts, because I really don't want to spend money on it, because it's not really a car that, I'm not saying I wouldn't want it. It's not a, I really don't care about any car no more. I used to, but it's not, if I was going to spend money on a car, a lot of money to build, it would be this one, or my 49. So I'm going to try to build the Camaro on a budget, like whatever I can wheel and deal and get, or get free. Then I'm going to use all that to make me a 69 Camaro, and don't know if I'll ever get rid of it or what. I don't know. Sounds like Erin's pulling down the driveway because there's a light, but I'm sure she's probably going to go feed Lucy let our girls out, and she's yeet-yeeting. Y'all know what that is in the South, the yeet-yeet. So James says, hurry up, I'm 63. And I also still plan on going out and helping people with their cars like I did Charlie's. I haven't put out part 2 of that, the kind of the conclusion to it. I'm horrible with doing the editing, so maybe one day I'll get it out there. It's not really nothing. I mean, it might be to Mr. Charlie, but really it's just putting the rest of the car together and doing some welding and some fixing, and then us leaving and headed home. So well, let me see here. So I was grabbing my drink, and so hopefully I can do that to where it mimics what you guys would do. And maybe we can get some more followers. Who knows? Doubt I'll be famous. I don't know what I did with my gloves. You know, I got to have my gloves. They're actually in a bag. Over here. So I don't know really what I'm doing besides hanging out. Let's see. Eric says he has some 69 parts, so that would be awesome. Like I say, I know you can buy every part, and I told my dad when I sat in the hey Rudy, I told my dad when I sat in the 67, I think it was Christmas Eve, or no, it was Christmas Day that I went and sat in it. I told my dad I would drive it. Like, I couldn't have it and not drive it every day. I know a lot of you guys are like, that's your life and that's your dream car, and you would hate for anything to happen to it. Me, I wouldn't say that it's not my dream car. It would be on my list of cars that I would like to have, but it's a little ways down the line. I'm sorry, but I'm a coupe guy. This is me. I like hot riding. I'm not the muscle car guy. I love coupes. If I could have any car right now, it would be a 3-window or a 5-window coupe, preferably a 3-window Model A. That's the car I want. But right now, I had to just live with this. I love this car, 41 Plymouth. But if I had a 69 Camaro, I would drive it every day. And I look at it as I'm in the business to where if something was to happen to it, I could always rebuild it. Because I have the talent and I have the ability to do it. So if I wrecked it or if somebody hit me, I haven't seen a Camaro yet that I can't rebuild. So I would be able to rebuild it, and all the parts for it, you can buy them out of a magazine. So it wouldn't be hard to rebuild for me. But I know a lot of you guys, like some of y'all's cars are cars that you had in high school, or your first car, or you got married in, or you know, so sentimental. I can understand it, but me, I won't have something that I can't drive. Like the Camaro Aaron's 68 with the 555. I know it's a drag car, but I'm going to figure out how to drive it. We're going on the road on it, and we're going to YouTube it. So I got stuff everywhere. trying to see. There. Well, it looks like I'm at my next job if I do make it back before the end. Hope everybody has a good new year. Thanks, Sideways. Hope you have a blessed and happy new year as well. Hey, Trellis. I'm glad to see that some of you guys are here. I was just going to wait till the beginning of the year and go, but I was like, nah, Aaron's going to go to town. I'm going to hang out here in the shop. Not really planning on doing much. I need to, but it's overwhelming. I don't really know where to start. Like, I want to organize the drawers and figure out where everything's going to go. But I don't know. And I want to get over here and move some of this stuff because I need to get this car out. I actually went and bought a saw. Let me grab this and I'll walk you guys around there and I'll show y'all. Some of y'all have already seen some of the stuff over here. So that's the Hemi block for this. I've got a guy that builds engines. I don't know what he'll charge me, but I hope he will help me with this Hemi that was given to me with the car. The heads are over there with Chucky, and the intake with a blower. But we have a drill press. I have a Miller welder over there. I have torches, my blower. I have a parts washer. And I have all this stuff at work, so I don't really need it. But I actually found this bandsaw. It's a Rockwell Model 14 bandsaw with the stand and everything. And I got it off of Facebook yard sale for $75. I actually gave the guy $80, and he's like, "Are you sure? I don't want but $75." I said, "Man, it's well worth $80." So I bought it for $80 and it's sitting here. Stuff everywhere. But this car is solid. Like, I mean, look at the floors. I got some, that's insulation in the back. But I mean, it's a solid car. It was full of Bondo. There's still Bondo down at the bottom. There's still Bondo on the on here. They bondoed all the body lines solid. All this where the trim was a Bondo. You couldn't even tell it had a body line. It was just smooth. But it's really solid car, and I thought it was full of Bondo when the guy was giving it to me. I mean, you can see how thick it is right there on the deck lid. But I popped the trunk. Like I say, it's got insulation in it from where in the house, but there's the dash and stuff laying there. But the trunk floor is solid, and there was all this Bondo and fiberglass, and you can actually, like over there, it's everywhere. They got Bondo and it's solid underneath it. That corner right there, I grabbed the fiberglass that was on it and popped it off, and I was like, man, it's perfectly good clean metal underneath there. And I mean, the deck lid is solid. So the guy, good friend of mine, gave this car to me along with the motor. He said, if you're gonna build it, you need this motor, and he gave me the motor, the parts over there, and supposedly he's got some more to go with it. So another motor or two Hemis. Early, that Hemi came out of a 57 Chrysler Imperial, and it's a 392. So they say they're worth money. Let me see. Erin's out there making noise. She's digging in the feed bucket. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out where to go with this. Let's see what we got going on. One step at a time. Yeah, one step at a time. I gotta get a door. And I like the rough cut lumber, the old stuff. But it's expensive. It's just as expensive as finished. Everybody thinks rough cut. Oh, you can get rough cut cheap. It is outrageous if you price it. Let's see. What I have got stuff everywhere, and I don't know what to do. I can't even fool with none of this stuff over here, because I just got to get this stuff out, but I don't know what to do with it. It's horrible. My OCD and wanting things all in order, it's just so much. It's got me scratching my head on what to do. But as you can see, the top of this toolbox here, that's what this one looked like. So it's pretty overwhelming to me. And I don't know what I want to put where. I've got drill bits, there's screwdrivers, there's sockets, there's wrenches. I'm not sure what drawers I want to use for what. Who knows? Let's see, maybe the way Aaron's dad had it is he had in this tool, the black toolbox, he had all the, let me see what it's looking at. In the black toolbox he had like wrenches, American, and then in this one he had metric, because this is metric. So all these wrenches, like this is all metric. All the ones on the table underneath there are American. Little pry bars or specialty tools. So I don't know if I should, I think I pulled out some of the stuff. There's sockets, wrenches, dial calipers. Like I got another set in the house. There's set there, set there, set there. It's like, don't know. I think I'm gonna put all this stuff over there when I've got some machinist tools myself. There's sockets. This is all metric sockets. I think there's metric sockets. There's screws. There's. It's overwhelming. Let's see. I was just seeing if anybody had said anything. And then like all those channel locks. I don't need all those. But I can't just throw them away. It's like I need to just figure out and start moving tools. So maybe if I do some screwdrivers. It's hard. Screwdrivers. Figuring it out. Wrenches, American Standard. Then I could do sockets, American and Standard, and then some more sockets, American. Oh, I said American and Standard. That's the same thing. American and metric. American and metric, and then American and metric wrenches. Or maybe I should just start doing wrenches, and then I don't know about these, so it's a lot of toolbox. What do you guys think? Where would you begin with this mess? I think I'm gonna start with moving this stuff out of the way. These lights, don't know if they're any good. I think if I get a concrete floor in here, we could actually paint a car in here. We might try it. We build a car in here, it's gonna be like the old-fashioned way. Let's see. Move this up here a little more. Everybody's quiet. Do I need to start preaching? Maybe I need to start preaching. I'm not a good preacher. This is sirens and strobes for cop cars. I actually used to wire up cop cars, patrol cars, and do all the lights and stuff in them. I ain't got a clue where to put any of this. Let's see. Hard to do, but keep what you need and take the rest to... What's DAV, James? I'm not sure what DAV is, or what you mean. I probably know what it is if you say it, but it's like there's like air conditioned stuff for doing air condition. Like, I don't even have a clue how to even use this. I probably could figure it out, I'm sure. This is my cooler. But I was just moving this stuff to try to get in right here so I can see what I got going on. I'm not sure if I'm even in the camera with you guys. Let's see right here. It's like I need to have a party and everybody come pitch in. Shop's not big enough for all that. So we've got impacts. I know these are gonna have to go in a big drawer. There's like sanders. There's a couple over here. So maybe if I just start putting them in stuff, I don't got a clue. I don't have a clue where to put them. Disabled American Veterans Thrift Store. Yeah, we have Goodwills. I don't know if that would be. I've never seen tools in the Goodwill. Used to in my shop, I had a little rod shop. Yeah, Eric, that's what I'm doing. Well, first the toolbox fell over, and it dumped a lot of it, because that cart over there has just as much as this table has on it, and it all came out of this black box. And that's the first thing, was it was all unorganized, except for he had American in one and standard in, or American and metric in one, and it still wasn't organized. It was just thrown in there. So it's kind of like now I'm OCD and I want to straighten it all out, and I'm not real sure where to begin. With what, where. I guess I could really start by getting down to the wrenches, and then pulling the wrenches out and finding kind of the set of the sizes, and see where that goes. So maybe I'll do that. Like there's hammers. Obviously they would all go in one. And there's body hammers. There's, I don't know what this is. Something. Tap and die set. So obviously taps and stuff will go in one, and this goes into there like that, and clips on the front. All the hammers, clamps, it's like a garage sale. Like this. This is a universal radiator pressure test vacuum kit. It's brand new. Like, who knows? More hammers. Hammers. Just, I gotta figure out where to put them. What toolbox? It's down here on the floor for now. Let's see. Turn this around here. See if I can find somewhere to stick it. And this is my socket set, so I know what it is. Then we have a snap-on compression tester. So this will obviously go with the other machining. This I think was something he had set up for measuring like valves. It's a steric dial indicator. But I think he probably had this set up on this block to set on the head to measure valves and stuff like that. So I'll figure all that out and set it up if I can learn how to build motors. I know how to put a motor together if you give me all the parts. But as far as like knowing what to machine something to, what size bearing and all that, I'm pretty clueless. Camshaft stuff, anything like that. But if you give me all the parts to the motor and say, hey, assemble this motor, I can do that. Good to see you, your garage again. It would be cool to see your car get painted there. Yeah, I that's what I was saying. I think that once I get the floor done and it's concrete and I get some more lighting in there, I will probably build the car from the ground up in here, and that way everybody can actually see exactly how it would be done at home, not with no special tools or anything like that. So I'll have to learn body work. I'm not great at body work. I know the concept, but I can spray. I just ain't good at sanding. So I will probably do every part of the build here if I do decide to build myself a 69 Camaro. Either way, I'm going to build a Camaro in here. I'm just not sure if I'm going to build it all the way out, interior, motor. I don't really have the money for it. I guess if God blesses me and it's something that He's willing to see that I do, He'll provide. So I'm just gonna leave it up to Him, and if it's something that I need to do, then I'll do it. I don't know how to put it. If it's God's will, then it'll happen. It's a belt. Like, I don't know what to do with all this stuff. I'm trying to get down to like I don't know where the wrenches are. Oh, never mind. All the wrenches are over there. So that's why I'm not seeing no wrenches, because they're all in that box over there. Let's see. Usually the dial indicator was used to find top dead center. Yeah. I'm a machinist by trade, and I've used a dial indicator, and I know how to use a dial indicator to dial stuff in on the lathe, on the mill, how to check run out on shafts and stuff like that. But I'm sure by looking at let me turn this around here. I think there's a set somewhere. Let me make sure I'm looking at what you guys are looking at, so I can see. There's actually, I think it's in this. Well, this box is a camshaft bearing tool. So there's a camshaft bearing tool right here. Her dad was into building engines, so but I think this is a Brown and Sharp indicator, and in this, let me come over here, make sure. I got my old jukebox over there. I wish it worked, but this indicator, he's got like some special. Well, this is actually the indicator arm, but a Mitsutaya indicator. But he also has these plates and stuff in this one with stuff like this, and then he has this on the end of roller rockers. So I'm thinking he might have used this to get the measurement up and down, and had the indicator mounted at the top, because you can actually see the center of it's worn, like it's been rubbed right there. Not really worn, but I think he probably sets it, and then he runs the cam around, and it pushes up and measures whatever. something to that nature. So I think all this stuff, I'm trying to leave it in the boxes that he had them in, so that I can kind of decipher what he had going on with it. But yeah, I want to try and get over here. Hit some more. This is the inside. Oh, this is a depth micrometer. Stare it. Let me get this thing. I think Erin's walking out here. It sounds like she might grace y'all with her presence. Oh, look.
Hello.
She come and graced us with her presence.
I'm just here for a second because I gotta go feed the puppies.
Oh, where are they?
Right here.
Oh, there's one. There's May.
May.
Hey, May. That's our baby, Wheezy's baby, May. And she was bottle fed from day one. Come on, Wee Wees. And then that's Mama.
Mommy.
That's our Dobermans. Rob.
Yeah. Rob knows them.
Yes.
And we put Wheezy and May on a beef diet, beef and egg, and they both gained 5 pounds. So now Wheezy is 70 pounds and May is 65, which is fantastic because May's been hanging at like 50-something pounds for 2 years now. So going to feed the babies. Love y'all.
So Erin's leaving out, and I don't know how much longer the camera's gonna last. It's at 29, but we'll run it till it ends. Let me see. Grabbing the Rob said, "Hey, Erin," which she's left now, and I just got it. Usually the dial indicator was fine. Yeah. So I'm gonna set that over here. I am. It's not very cold out. I didn't have to fight with the fire tonight. I do have some actual wood over there this time. So I've got a bunch. This is stuff I brought from the shop home that was given to me. Like some of it. There's like some copper, a little set of like dimple dies. So doming block and some dies that were given to me. I don't know why that one won't fit. Seems like it might be the same size. Let's see, 92. But it sure won't go in the other one. And that one won't. So that one was upside down. There's some pretty cool stuff in there. There's some other stuff. A little punch and die set that I ain't got a clue what it did. Had to look it up. I'm trying to get this moved out the way. I need to carry this welder back to the shop because I'm gonna keep the miller here. But I was trying to get to plenty of rags. This guy's pressure cooking. Erin's mom gave this to us because we were looking for a pressure cooker, but we were missing the little shaker. And I guess I could have bought one, but I ended up buying a bigger pressure cooker. Erin actually pressure cooked our canned fish last night, and she canned some sausage and some chicken, and she about had a meltdown. She went to pull one of the cans out of the pressure cooker and set it on the counter to cool, and the jar fell, the lid came off, and it fell and it hit the floor, and there was chicken all over the floor, and it splashed on her. I thought it burned her, but she's okay. She just has had a rough week, and she was having a little meltdown over the chicken, and I was like, it's fine. We got plenty more. There's a deep freezer out here in the shop that it's full of ham and chicken and stuff, and then the freezer inside, we have another freezer, and the actual refrigerator freezer and the one at the shop are all full of meat, and I'm trying to get everything. Let me turn this up because I got you guys looking at the floor. Let's see. Hey Bob, hey Ty, Mike and Mary, how are y'all? So Craig's better. He came by today. He's doing good. We're still waiting to hear what all's going on, and but he's feeling all right, and he says he's going to try to be back in the shop before long to work on the gear, but don't know. But I'll definitely keep you guys posted on how he's doing. But I was saying about the freezers, I'm trying to get everything that we can out of the freezers. That way, if we ever lose power, we don't depend on or have to worry about hooking up the generator to power the refrigerator or the freezers, or hooking up the solar to run the freezers. So that's like one less thing that I want to have to deal with. I know some of you guys probably already know or have kind of gathered it, that I'm the prepper type. My uncle was in the military, and then I was in with the Department of Defense for 3.5 years. And when I went out on rucks and stuff, I carried everything. And they were like, why are you carrying all that? And I was always taught that it was better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So I've always been a prepper type. I've always wanted to be prepared for anything. I don't know if any of y'all have seen the video on my Jeep. If you hadn't, you should go check it out. It has a lot of stuff in it. I don't know if I went through everything in it, but I went through pretty much everything. There's everything from gas mask, bulletproof vest, Kevlar helmets, there's weapons, there's knives, there's stuff for fire, there's stuff for several first aid, water, gas, mixed gas, chainsaws, chains, winch, shovels, pickaxe, axe, solar. Well, there's everything in the Jeep. Like, I really haven't ran up on any situation that I didn't have something in there to be able to overcome whatever the obstacle was. So with that, and I've got stuff in boxes still that I want to move out here and put up, because I have a room in the house that is a storage room. I know a lot of people they're like preppers. They put stuff on the internet, and they're like, you're telling everybody your stuff. They're going to come to your house and they're going to take your stuff. If the world comes to a point of that actually happening, which wouldn't be hard, because all it's going to take is for China to invade Taiwan, and and we're pretty much going to be done. I mean, they're already letting people in. I believe in doing things the right way. I'm not saying that the people from Mexico shouldn't be allowed in the United States. I'm just saying that there's a proper way to do it, and everybody's welcome as long as you do it the way you're supposed to. I can't go get on a plane and fly to Canada. I can't go overseas without going the proper way. And I guarantee you, if I went down to Mexico and tried to cross the border, they wouldn't allow me to. But there's people coming over that are, and they're not just Mexican. There's Asians. There's the world is just crazy right now, and I don't trust it. Who knows if we got sleeper cells or whatever going on here in the U.S. And if China invades or they hack our power system, it could be months, it could be years before we have power back. And I don't want to rely on trying to run a generator that's only going to last until I run out of gas. I want everything taken care of. So me and Aaron can everything, and we are slowly picking away at the freezers, canning the stuff and putting it in the closet. And the good thing about canning is when you can it, it already cooks it. So all you gotta do is pull it out and reheat it and eat it. So I can reheat. I have a stove out here, a wood burning stove. I have tons of cast iron stuff, and all, like I say, when I was talking earlier, I like old stuff, old mixers, old flour grinders, stuff like that. I like that stuff, and there's a reason I like it, is because if something happens and I ain't got power and I just want to stay here at my house and live my life out without bothering nobody or having to go to town and worry about getting killed, I can hang out here and I'm pretty much covered. I have weapons, and I love my guns. I'm legal. I carry everywhere. I don't even go to church without one. And I want all this stuff, to not go bad in the fridge. Don't want to worry about it. I got chickens here that give me eggs. I got cow. I got beef. I've got a stocked fish pond. It's a small pond. It's not huge, but it does have catfish in it. Only catfish. Maybe some of the creek fish that came in from the creek, which are little small. I don't know what they're called. But if anything, I'm going to be eating a lot of fish, and I have deer on the property. I don't hunt. I used to. I know how to skin deer. I know how to process deer. I have all the stuff to process, and it's not the electric stuff. It's all hand grinders. Just like some of you guys might have seen, I made my nativity outfit for the nativity that we did for Christmas with our church. I handmade mine and Aaron's outfit, and then I ended up making somebody else's at church because we didn't have one big enough for them. But I hand sewed it. I can sew by hand, but I did it on a 1902 Singer with a truddle, with a foot pedal. I know how to use it. I know how to operate it. So I don't want to have to go anywhere. I love everybody. I don't want to have to go out and be confronted, because I will exercise my right to carry, and my heart wouldn't let me do bad to somebody, and I would feel terrible about it. But if it came between me and my survival and my family, then I would do it. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I was with the military for 3.5 years with Homeland Security. I was a prison guard for 8 years. I was a gang investigator for the state of Georgia. And I have no problem with it. but I love people. I used to repo. I used to drive a repo truck, and I used to repo, and I'd go out and take cars all night long. I've had guns pulled on me. I've been shot at. I've been cut. But now the way God has changed my heart and changed my... Back then, I still had feelings for everybody. I still loved everybody, but I was a little more... I don't know what the word would be. I didn't really feel as bad. But now my heart would... I don't think I could go repo again. I don't think I could go take somebody's car. And I don't know. I've gotten softer. My heart's gotten softer. Really, really soft. You guys know I cry. But like I say, if it came down to my family and me, then we just have to find out. I think there's a saying about that. But let me see what we got going on. See if anybody's commented. Yep, Bob said protect your family. Yeah, I will. And I would do the same for any of you guys, and anybody that lives a moral life and believes in doing the right thing. That's what I say about being a believer. Being a believer in Jesus Christ or God, it's not a bad thing. If you believe, the only thing it does is a better person. It makes you, besides it gets you into heaven, and you ain't gonna burn in hell. But that's a talk for another day. If anybody has any needs to talk about it, and it's not for me to determine who's gonna burn and who ain't. I just know that it says that if you don't believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and you don't believe that He died on the cross for you, then you're pretty much gonna burn, and I don't want to see nobody burn. But being a Christian don't make you a bad person. It makes you a better person, and I'm not saying that some people are not, if they're not a believer, that they're not good people. There is good people out there, but where does it hurt to believe and rest assured that you have a eternal, I guess, destination, versus not having one, and you get to the gates and find out that there is a God, and you're like, well, I'm sorry, but I was a good person, and that don't get you into heaven. I think I would rather believe and be a good person and get there and find out that it's all fake than I would to get there and find out that it's real. And I wholeheartedly believe it's real. I know it's real. I know what the Holy Spirit has done in my life. I know what God has done in my life. I know the things and the changes that He's made. I wasn't a horrible person. I never was. I've always been a good, giving, kind, give you anything I got person. And you would think that being a person like that, I'm the same person as I am today when I talk with you guys, as I was then. Well, I ain't the same, but I am the same. Nah. It's hard to explain. I was still a giving person. I still loved everybody. I still give to anybody that was in need. It broke my heart to see people that weren't in need, or people that were less fortunate than me. I always give. I always pull over and help people broke down. I always give advice. I've always been that type of person. And you would think that doing those things, how could you get any better? How could you see any benefit from the way you were and the way you are after you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? It's definitely a change. my whole, and it's not necessarily the change of being a giving, loving person. Now, if you're not a giving, loving person and you do accept Jesus Christ, you'll find that you will start to become that way, because you start out as a baby. You're a newborn in the Christian lifestyle, and the Holy Spirit molds you. And when you do things like look at people and judge them, or look at somebody that's overweight walking into Walmart and you're judging them in your head, the Holy Spirit starts to convict you on those things, and you start thinking, what am I doing? Why am I judging that person? Why am I? And I changed that way. I used to judge, and I used to hold grudges, and I used to talk about people, and oh, look at that person over there, and oh, look at this, and it changed me. And I don't talk about them. Would I have talked about them in their face? No. I'd probably, if I'd seen somebody else talking bad about them, I'd probably correct them. Unless they were my friend, then I'd probably join in with them and talk bad about them. I don't do that now. I've been changed. I'm changing my want to. When Rob said I would be famous on this, I don't want to be famous. I just want everybody to know Jesus Christ, and I want them to know, and I want them to see Him in me and realize that you can be a good person and a very humble person by believing. And I want people to see the changes in me and say that they want that. Just like I used to see people that were actors that were famous and they had big houses and Lamborghinis and stuff. I would be like, I want that. I want that. I want to be that person. I don't want people to look at me and be like, I want those riches. I want people to look at me and like, I want that humble life where I don't need everything. I am perfectly fine. I wouldn't trade my house and my shop here for nothing. Unless God came to me and told me that it's time to get rid of it all, like Job. Then it would be gone in a minute. And I wouldn't bat an eye, because I know He has me, and I know He'll provide for me no matter what the situation is. I wholeheartedly believe that He will provide for me no matter what. And I would give it all up for Him in a minute. But my house is not huge. Let me check the camera. I'm down to 6%. Let me see what everybody said. James said, "Go Trump." You must have seen my flag. I don't talk politics. Now, I'm not going to hide everything. Now, if you see it, you see it. But anyways, I don't want the big house. I love my little house. I love what I had, and God changed my heart. I used to want that stuff, wanted to be famous, wanted all of it. God changed my heart. I don't want it. I don't care about it. I am perfectly fine with what I have, and God has blessed me far beyond measure, beyond what I'm worth. He has blessed me so much, and if I was homeless,